Hey everyone, Chad Dales here, and welcome into our latest TDR Cannabis in 5 presented by Dutchie. And do we have a big one here today? We're unpacking one of the most consequential developments in the hemp and cannabis space this year. A new federal funding bill meant to end the government shutdown includes language that would ban all intoxicating hemp products nationwide. Yep, you heard that correctly. So that means Delta 8, Delta 10, THC-P, even full spectrum CBD could be wiped off shelves if this passes. So we know this is a billion-dollar industry we're talking about here, but it's a billion-dollar industry built on regulatory arbitrage, a legal gray zone that's been exploited for years. And now Congress, led by Senator Mitch McConnell and Representative Andy Harris, is making it clear they're not screwing around anymore. So let's walk you through what's in this bill, what it means, and why this crackdown was always just a matter of when, not if, here in our latest TDR Cannabis in 5 presented by Dutchie. All right, let's begin with what the bill actually says. Buried in the fiscal 2026 agricultural FDA appropriations bill is a provision that redefines hemp. It states that any consumable hemp product with a quantifiable amount of THC is no longer legal. So what does this include? Well, it includes Delta 8, Delta 10, THC-P, THCO, hemp-derived Delta THC, even if under 0.3%, and full-spectrum CBD products with traces of THC. So really, this isn't just about synthetics. It's a blanket ban on anything intoxicating that comes from hemp, regardless of how it's made or how it's marketed. So this is a game changer. So the language, you look at this, it's precise. It closes the 2018 Farm Bill loophole that allowed companies to extract CBD from hemp and chemically convert it into a psychoactive cannabinoid. So that loophole, it gave rise to an entire parallel THC economy outside of dispensaries, outside of cannabis licensing, and outside of federal oversight. And it appears those days are about to end. So next up, who's behind it all this? The crackdown is being driven, as we know, by Senator Mitch McConnell, who originally helped pass the 2018 Farm Bill that legalized hemp. But he has since become one of the loudest voices calling for reform, arguing that the industry has been strayed far from its original intent. And he has a point here. In addition to McConnell, joining him is Representative Andy Harris, who's been pushing similar language for years. Their position: the intoxicating hemp market is unregulated, unsafe, and undermining state cannabis programs. Who would have thought here? So they're backed by a coalition of lawmakers, law enforcement groups, and even some cannabis operators who see intoxicating hemp as a threat to public safety and really brand integrity. Again, some valid points in all this. So next up, let's now look at the timeline and the impact. Here's the part that matters the most. If this bill indeed passes, the ban won't take effect immediately. There's a 1-year wind-down period built into the language. Okay, so then what? So that means, 1, companies would have 12 months to sell off inventory. In addition, no new intoxicating hemp products could be manufactured or distributed after that. And then after the deadline, any product with quantifiable THC would be federally illegal. So what's this translate into? It would override state laws. Even if your state allows Delta 8 or THC drinks, federal law, guess what? They're going to shut it down. And because these products aren't part of the regulated cannabis system, companies like edibles.com, MC Nutraceuticals, and hundreds of others would have no fallback whatsoever. No licenses, no dispensary channels, just a hard stop. So this is a wake-up call. So now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, this has blindsided a lot of operators. Let's face it, the hemp industry is understandably shocked and they're scrambling. But if we're being honest here, this kind of crackdown was always a possibility. The intoxicating hemp space, it's been operating in a legal gray zone, as we know. Some would say like the Wild Wild West, and that's putting it mildly. Products with psychoactive effects, they were being sold outside of dispensary systems with minimal oversight and, let's face it, and often over-marketed as legal THC. So when you build a business model around a regulatory loophole, especially one this fragile, there's always going to be risk. And let's face it, when that risk materializes here at the 11th hour, it's devastating. But it's also a reminder. Uncertainty is the cost of operating outside of the regulated framework. So you got to look at yourself in the mirror here. So this isn't about whether the products work or whether consumers want them. It's really about the federal government and how they're willing to tolerate a parallel THC economy. And right now, the answer looks like No. And before we continue, a quick shout out to our sponsor here today, which is Dutchie. Dutchie is the leading platform powering cannabis commerce, helping dispensaries streamline operations, stay compliant, and deliver a seamless customer experience. So whether you're a retailer, a grower, or even a consumer, Dutchie is building the infrastructure for the future of the regulated cannabis industry. If you want to learn more, visit business.dutchie.com. All right, let's now get back to our latest TDR Cannabis in 5 and what happens next, and really where do we go from here. So as of now, the bill has cleared its first Senate hurdle. It's part of a larger minibus package that must pass to keep the government funded. So when you think about that, that makes it politically difficult to oppose because voting against it could mean another shutdown. So there's a lot of play here. Now, there still is a chance the hemp language could be amended or stripped before final passage. But as we know, we're on the clock, and let's face it, time is running out. If it does indeed pass as written, the federal government will have effectively banned the entire intoxicating hemp industry without a standalone vote, without a public hearing, and without distinguishing between bad actors and legitimate players. Again, the moment of truth appears to be now. All right, so my final thoughts here is we know this is a pivotal moment for both the hemp and cannabis industries right now. What started out as a loophole has now become a billion-dollar industry, but it is a billion-dollar industry built on regulatory ambiguity, not long-term stability. And now, as we know, Congress is stepping in to shut this down. So look, if you're a consumer or a retailer or an investor in hemp-derived THC, this, guess what, folks, is your wake-up call. The rules are changing, and guess what? They're changing fast. So we'll keep track of the stories here at TDRs. For now, make sure to like, subscribe, and smash on that bell for all notifications and stay connected with us because there's a lot about to unfold here in the next couple of days. And if this bill indeed does go through, then wow, hemp industry as you know it right now will be changed forever. And really, it becomes a lot more clear and transparent to potentially see some cannabis reform along the way. As we've said, get rid of the bad actors and let's regulate this industry. That's it now for our latest TDR Cannabis in 5 presented by Dutchie. I'm your host, Shad Dales. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.